With Gina.
The news with Gina Grad.
Well, Fox News reports that Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, officers will begin conducting mass raids across the country on Sunday. Sort of mass. The raids, which President Trump originally planned for last month but postponed, quote, at the request of the Democrats, apparently will target 2,000 families in major cities. The Times report said that raids will include collateral deportations, which means illegal immigrants at the scene of the raid who are not the target of the raid could also be detained. And meanwhile, 3 administration office officials said that ICE leaders had expressed serious concerns that officers' safety would be in jeopardy because too many details about this have already been made public.
And Newsom already warned everyone in Spanish they don't have to go outside their apartment. He was like, you need a warrant. They need a warrant. They don't need to come into your... This is the craziest time ever to be alive.
So if you were like, say, from Norway and you snuck down through Montreal, this is not a good weekend to hang
Gonna get
around.
you.
Yeah, that's basically who we're talking about.
If you look like
now.
George Papard.
Yes.
Stay inside, Machak.
George Papard. I love it when a plan comes together.
Banachek.
George Papard. He was A-team, right?
Yes, he was. He was B.A. Baracus. No, he wasn't B.A. Baracus. He was the header of the A-team.
Yeah, it was Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Yeah, sorry. Here's Gavin delivering the news.
In California, I want folks to know you have rights. Know your
Oh, I had a little internet problem.
Why doesn't he? And now,
rights. Learn more
here's the
about
clash
your rights. Legal
with Know Your
protections.
Rights.
Know that you should continue to send your kids to camp and summer school. Know that you should feel confident going to work. We have your back. You know, we've been through this before. We lived through this same political theater in the 1990s. Prop 187, 3 strikes, you're out, the fear of the other. We have people talking down to people, talking past to people. We're better than that. We're resilient. We came out stronger than ever on the other side. That's the spirit of our state, and spirit defines this moment. I just want to say to folks that are anxious about a knock on the door, when we talk about knowing your rights, no abras la puerta. And without a warrant, you don't have to open the door.
Gavin's like, hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah. No, you can't put that tent inside the building. You got to put the tents on the sidewalk, dude. Oh, I guess you can. Okay, let's clear out. Let's give this guy some room.
The camping capital of America.
So many camping enthusiasts.
When did he become Tom Waits?
I don't know. His voice is getting there.
I just have one thing that you need to know. And the root and the coats around the tree. When the Iceman comes with a mermaid in his hat.
I don't know how many of these folks are sending their kids to camp during the summer. Stucco application camp. I don't know. If there's a camp for that.
Chicken wire unfurling camp.
Yeah, well, all right. Tomorrow we delve into K-Lath. Tuesday's scratch coat. Monday's brown coat. No disrespect. That's what they call it in color code.
My daughter has pretty severe ADHD, and we send her to this learning facility over the summer, but just concentration camp has such a terrible name.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw this guy on Fox. He was talking to Janine Pirro.
Oh, yeah, Judge Janine.
She's this dude she was talking to. I thought he was really cool. I think he's the sheriff of Pinal County, Mark Lamb. And he has very strong opinions about border security and all this stuff. And he said, because, he's right there sort of on the front lines, and said, the cartels make so much money off of these people that are being muled, up here. Apparently it's $5,000 a head. And he said, if ICE went in and said, for $1,000, we can get your, bank account open, we can get your registration, we can get you a driver's license, all this stuff, it would be so much easier. He was really cool. He said, all these people deserve, dignity and respect. They're trying to have a better life. I get it.
I don't like dignity and respect.
Well,
I was too much dignity talk. Like, I don't
get
know
it.
the fuck that anyone need dignity.
Well, but I
what
like
needs
it.
to
People
be done?
they need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
I don't like the dignity part.
Okay, well,
I don't like it.
scratch that part.
The best use of I think, if we're going to have this covered, the best use of it is to help help Honduras and Guatemala, help them become functional states again.
Sure.
Right now they're narco states. Kill the cancer.
Yeah, to not,
kill the
Good
cancer.
luck.
to not people want to or need to flee.
Yeah,
would be
it's
the
like,
ultimate
why
solution.
are you here? Well, I don't want my kid to get hacked up with a machete on the way to school.
Well, at a certain point, I like to talk construction.
What?
At a certain point, if your basement is like mildewy, and every time it rains, it floods, and blah, blah, blah. There's only so much you can do from inside of the basement. There's waterproof paint. You can caulk the cracks. Take those cracks and chase them out, put epoxy in it. But at a certain point, you have to excavate the outside and totally waterproof the outside of the basement wall.
Visqueen.
Unfortunately, the problem with that is excavating around your entire house down to the 9-foot level, and then pressure washing the outside, and then all of the tar and the visqueen and all the vapor barriers and all that.
You get a French drain.
French drains and the whole.
Then you got a sump. You can't have a French drain without a sump.
You need a sump. The point is that is a shitload of work and super expensive and all that kind of stuff. So what we do is just every time it rains, we just go down to the basement and we start putting caulk on. We start patching and airing it out and running fans, which is never fixes the problem. Ends up being more than if you just did it, but who's going to call in the backhoe? And that's kind of what it is. And I agree. It's like at a certain point you have to go, why, if you take a look at, if you just kind of go, as long as everyone is streaming toward our border, it'll never work. I mean, we don't have enough resources. We don't have enough policies. We don't have enough anything. At a certain point, they need to stop streaming toward the border. I don't think people want to walk to different countries if they're enjoying and being prosperous in their country. I don't know how many of us are trying to get into Canada or vice versa. I think look no further than us in Canada. I feel like Canadians kind of like it. We sort of like it here, and thus no issues at the border. But if you're going to have a large group of people who are fearful for their lives because it's a narco state they're living in, then this shall happen. I agree with that.
So 2 years after Matt Lauer's sex scandal broke, his wife, Annette, has finally gotten around to filing divorce. According to TMZ, the couple reached a settlement last month that has her walking away with $20 million in assets. Annette, she was a former model, by the way, filed papers in a New York court on Tuesday after 21 years of marriage. They have 3 kids, 12, 15, 18 years old. And the couple split in 2017 after the Today Show host was fired by NBC amid several accusations of inappropriate sexual behavior at work. And apparently, Matt isn't contesting the divorce because he is just done with this publicity. He would like it to be over.
I forgot all about that.
Do we ever figure out exactly what he was up to? It was just a lot of, he has a lock on his door.
The secret button.
But we never heard any details about what? I mean,
I heard some details.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
There was some in-depth interviewing.
There was?
At his desk.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah, that was the...
He was getting blowjobs? We don't know?
No,
it was... There's sex?
Yeah.
Oh. My feeling like if I'm at my desk, I need a...
Where else
I
would you
go
have
Bill
sex?
Clinton,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Where else are you supposed to have sex?
You got to work. You got to get stuff done.
Well...
biological imperative, man. Don't blame me.
It's funny because
Blame Darwin.
Louis C.K., I feel like I know too much about what he was up to.
Got a lot of details.
And Weinstein, I know too much about what he was up to too. Matt, I don't know.
A little mystery.
Yeah, I don't know a lot.
And he did it all at like 4 a.m.
Really?
Well, you know,
Before the show.
Before work, there is 4 in the goddamn morning.
That's true.
Only 2 people getting blown now, me and the milkman.
Milkman.
With the last barrier...
Nice timely reference.
I know.
The last barrier has been removed by a judge. That auction of Madonna's personal memorabilia is going on sale next week. That includes the letter from Tupac that she was begging not to have up there. That is the item she wanted removed. It was basically the breakup letter. Not only is it going on the auction block, it's been released in its entirety. So this is
I got bad news for anyone holding a paddle at that auction. If Corolla's yearbook from Walter Reed Elementary with his ode to Sherry can go for $500. This blockbuster could go well into 6 figures.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if we were talking about my yearbook, although it's probably Christie Canyon that's really bringing the
maybe. No, come on, don't knock yourself down like that.
What did it say? Did it say Christie Canyon and Adam Carolla?
Also featuring Adam
it's always
Carolla.
It's always Kimmel.
Is that
Kimmel's sidekick? Corolla, Christie Canyon's sidekick.
Is the letter already published?
Yes. So I'm going to read you a part of it. So this is part of the letter that
Well, it's
Tupac.
already out.
That's Sherry.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, Brian.
Yeah, apparently they dated like 94-ish, and this was written 95-ish. He says, I haven't been the kind of friend I know I'm capable of being, not because I'm evil or because you weren't worthy, but at the risk of sounding overdramatic, the effects of racism make it difficult for a young black male to properly show affection for an older white woman. Please remember me not for my shortcomings, but for the good times and the magic that we shared, assuming, of course, that I meant anything to you. And that will go up for auction on July 17th. And he goes on,
self-piteous.
Well, he goes on to say, if anything for you, it would up your street cred, to be with me, but it doesn't work that way the other way around.
It's never good when you write a letter to an ex that includes the phrase, look, it's not that I'm evil.
Since you're old. Hey, Max Bada, tell Matt I want to construct some letters to Belinda Carlisle. And just so people can discover them in 20 years and go, Corolla was banging Carlisle? But I guess
the proof is right
There's
here.
the letter.
It's in writing.
I have become friends with two of the Go-Go's.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Charlotte Caffey and Jane Weedland. And you know what's interesting about the Go-Go's? They were the craziest. They were the hardest partying band going back then.
I'd heard that.
Yeah. They were. Charlotte tells the story about being at some giant festival in like Rio de Janeiro or something. And she goes, I don't know what happened. At one point, the B-52s started avoiding me, and Ozzy Osbourne kicked me out of his dressing room.
Wow.
It's just like, the Go-Go's were crazy.
What would it sound like if Fred, the lead singer from the B-52, was kicking one of the Go-Go's?
Just get out! She really is almost Paul Lynde.
Yeah, he is.
But here's the interesting, their songs are written in people's cadences. Like 1999 is written in Andy Griffith's speaking cadence. I was dreaming when I wrote this, so forgive me if it goes astray. Oh, but when I woke up this morning, I could have sworn it was Judgment Day. Sky was all purple. But the Doors song, Riders on the Storm, is written in a B-52. There's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Hey there, toad. Get out of that road. Riders on the Storm.
Yeah.
Into this house we're born.
When he's right, he's right.
I wonder
Both men wore tight leather pants.
That's true.
do you think like
I've upset
Ray,
your dog.
they always talk about the thing where it's like Ray Manzarek would write the music and then Jim Morrison would like do the lyrics like the end, like the part where he gets to like walking on down the hall. Like at a certain point, the peanut butter and the chocolate meat. Like at a certain point, Ray Manzarek has to say like, "Hey, Jim, yeah, remember I sent you that really haunting beat and the thing. It's got a lot to it." Now I don't want to tell you that. I don't know what rhymes with jasmine or love, but anyway, what do you got there? It's like, here's to put some thoughts together. Let's see. He's going down the hall. He wants to do what to his mom? Jim, I write the music, then you write lyrics.
I worked really hard on this.
You don't explode about when to fuck your mom. You put lyrics to my. Let me. You ever heard of Simon and Garfunkel?
Yeah.
You know how that works.
Jim, what about this? He walked on down the hall. He came to a door. He looked inside and said, "Let's twist again, like we did last summer."
Yeah, or something.
Let's
I don't know.
Twist again.
He walked down the hall. What rhymes with wall sconce? Something in the hall. Like a runner. What are those long carpets called? Runner. Could be a metaphor for carpet or running your. But does he have to go inside the door and yell about screwing his mom?
What if the head of the high school cheerleading squad also lives in the house?
And she's in one of the rooms of the hall.
Yeah. And they want to be, and he wants her to go to the dance.
Yeah, the sock hop.
That's better, right?
Yeah. Let's make it a Sadie Hawkins dance. She can ask him. Why does his mom have to be?
It's edgy.
Ray Manzarek called me at my house once.
Really?
We did a thing on I did a short movie years ago on Fox called Break On Through with JFK, and it was a combination of The Doors and JFK as one movie. And it was like Kennedy going, "Is everybody in? Is everybody in?" Blah, blah, blah. And it was funny. And one day I have an answering machine going, "Hey, man, Ray Manzarek, man, got your number from the so-and-so guy. We know that. Saw your film, man. Way to take it to Stone."
Wow.
I was literally like if you pan out, it's just me like a gog.
I liked Oliver Stone movie, and I think if you're like Manzarek,
JFK is one of my favorites.
Would like it, but Stone
I
did The Doors.
I imagine with them it was.
I can't imagine having somebody else make a movie about your life and you walk away going, "Yeah, that was pretty accurate."
Yeah, no, you can't read a small article on you coming to town and doing stand-up without going, "They got this all wrong."
I was like, my daughter was watching Stranger Things, the second season, and I was like, no kids dressed up like Ghostbusters.
Right.
Ghostbusters was not on our radar. Ghostbusters was nothing.
Now, go down the hall and wait for Daddy. All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Oh, I want to smell that guy's dick.
That was the news with Gina Grad.